I watched my friend make the worst road trip breakfast decision of his life outside Flagstaff last summer. He pulled through a fast food drive-thru at 6:45 in the morning and ordered what the menu called a power breakfast combo: sausage biscuit, hash brown patty, large orange juice. He ate it one-handed while merging onto the interstate and was asking to pull over for a nap before we hit Albuquerque. 3 hours. That was the entire duration of his power breakfast. I had a mason jar of overnight oats wedged in the cup holder, and I drove the next 6 hours without thinking about food once. That's not willpower. That's arithmetic.
Hi, I'm Mary. I love road trips, and the right breakfast can save money, keep your energy steady, and make the whole drive easier.
The pattern is worth examining because 60% of Americans plan on traveling by personal or rental vehicle to their summer destination this year, according to Enterprise Mobility. That is a record figure. Deloitte's survey of 4,003 Americans, fielded from April 2nd to April 9th of 2026, found that 89% of summer travelers will take active steps to save money on their vacation. Meanwhile, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration attributed an estimated 91,000 crashes in 2017 to drowsy driving alone, resulting in 50,000 injuries and nearly 800 deaths. The conventional wisdom says, grab something filling. Filling is not a nutritional category. Registered dietitian Alyssa Pacheco, quoted in HuffPost, explained the mechanism precisely. When we eat a balanced breakfast, our blood sugar levels rise slowly and also go down more slowly, which leads to sustained energy and feelings of fullness. Eating foods with fiber, protein, or healthy fats helps keep your blood glucose steady, giving you long-lasting energy without the highs and lows. Quote. Dr. Vijaya Surampudi, assistant professor of medicine at UCLA's Center for Human Nutrition, added a useful diagnostic. A strong craving for carbohydrates can signal that you're not getting enough protein or fat. Most people function best with at least 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, at least 7 to 10 grams of fiber, and at least 15 grams of fat. The technical term for what my friend's sausage biscuit did to his blood sugar is exactly what the glycemic index predicts. High glycemic foods spike glucose fast and drop it faster. Low glycemic foods, the ones with fiber, protein, and fat, release glucose slowly, which is why dietitians consistently recommend them for sustained energy. The glycemic index isn't just a nutrition label detail. On a road trip, it's a safety variable. That sausage biscuit my friend ordered clears the fat threshold easily. It clears almost nothing else. Overnight oats in mason jars are the most structurally elegant road trip breakfast in existence. No cooking required on departure morning. 1 cup provides around 13 grams of protein, plus 12 to 19% of the daily value for calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, thiamine, and pantothenic acid. Commercial versions like Oats Overnight push that to 20 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber with only 2 grams of added sugar. Add a tablespoon of chia seeds, and you pick up another 5 grams of fiber. The cold soaking process creates resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria and provides slower glucose release compared to some cooked preparations, a measurably low glycemic result from a food that requires nothing but a jar and a refrigerator. Social media has recently raised alarm about overnight oats spiking blood sugar. Dietitians have had to clarify this repeatedly. The resistant starch mechanism works in the opposite direction. They keep for up to 4 days in an airtight container in a refrigerator or cooler, and the mason jar stays spill-proof in a cup holder. Make-ahead egg muffins take about 25 minutes to assemble a full batch, hold in the refrigerator for 5 days, and freeze well for up to a month. 1 serving delivers approximately 9.7 grams of protein and 110 calories. They eat cleanly at highway speed with 1 hand. Wrap individually in plastic wrap, and then aluminum foil to prevent freezer burn, thaw overnight in the fridge, and they're ready at departure. Greek yogurt parfaits layered with granola and fruit provide the protein-fiber combination that Vanessa King, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, recommends for sustained morning energy. Hummus paired with sliced vegetables or whole grain crackers is another cooler-friendly option that delivers both protein and fiber with a low glycemic load. And it's portable enough to eat between rest stops without making a mess. Hard-boiled eggs deliver 6 grams of protein and 5 grams of healthy fat per egg at 75 calories, plus B vitamins with a documented role in converting food into usable energy. Chia seed pudding, whisked together the night before, leverages that same 5 grams of fiber per tablespoon density and requires nothing but a spoon. Cooler space is finite, which is where the no refrigeration options earn their place. Peanut butter banana wraps reward attention to construction. Spread peanut butter on a whole wheat tortilla. Place a banana at one end. Roll tightly. 2 tablespoons of almond butter alone provide 3.3 grams of fiber and 6.7 grams of protein. The tortilla won't go soggy the way sliced bread does, which matters when you're 300 miles from your last rest stop. Breakfast burritos, assembled 2 to 3 days before departure with scrambled eggs, cheese, and your protein of choice, wrapped tightly in foil, stay warm for hours in an insulated bag. Beef jerky is the most underrated item in this entire category. 1 ounce delivers roughly 9 grams of protein with 0 refrigeration required, and it sits in a bag on the passenger seat for the full duration of a multi-day trip without any food safety consideration. Trail mix, nuts, seeds, and dried fruit combined, earns its canonical status in road trip snacking for the same reason. Calorie-dense, shelf-stable, and high enough in fat and fiber to register as genuinely low glycemic compared to anything in a vending machine. Build your own with almonds, pumpkin seeds, and tart cherries, and you're looking at a meaningfully better macronutrient profile than any packaged version. Energy balls need no refrigeration at all. Dates, nuts, seeds, dried fruit, processed and rolled into portions, naturally sweet without added sugar. They sit in a Ziploc on the passenger seat for 800 miles without complaint. Homemade quick breads, banana bread, pumpkin bread require neither refrigeration nor heating, and 2 loaves wrapped in plastic and foil travel the full distance. Granola works as a standalone snack or a topping for yogurt when a cooler is available, and it keeps at room temperature indefinitely. One more item worth adding to the no refrigeration kit is a good insulated thermos. The script on road trip food almost always focuses on what you eat, but what you drink matters for the same physiological reasons. Coffee or tea in a quality vacuum-insulated bottle stays hot for 6 to 12 hours, depending on the container. Electrolytes, either in powder packets or in drinks like coconut water, help maintain hydration and cognitive function during long drives in a way that plain water alone doesn't fully address. Fatigue and mild dehydration produce nearly identical symptoms. Knowing the difference on hour 7 of a drive is easier when you've planned for both. If you're among the 62% of summer travelers who told surveyors they're cutting expenses to budget for their next trip, every drive-through stop is a line item you can eliminate entirely. Americans are spending an average of $2,867 per household on summer travel, according to Allianz Partners. The overnight oats in your cup holder cost roughly 70 cents. The peanut butter banana wrap costs even less. The beef jerky and trail mix in the center console cost less than a single combo meal. The more consequential number is still the one from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration: 91,000 crashes attributed to drowsy driving. Calorie-dense foods high in refined carbohydrates and added sugars cause blood sugar to spike and then drop, producing exactly the sluggishness that puts drivers at risk. What you pack the night before is not meal prep, it is trip planning. There's a logistics layer underneath all of this that determines whether carefully prepped breakfasts arrive edible or dangerous. Bacteria thrive on food sitting between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, the range food safety professionals call the danger zone. Soft coolers hold cold for only 12 to 24 hours. Hard-sided roto-molded coolers, packed well, can maintain temperature for 4 to 7 days. The difference is insulation thickness and gasketed lids. The technique that matters most is the one almost nobody does. Pre-chill your cooler 12 to 24 hours before loading by placing a sacrificial bag of ice inside the night before. A warm cooler melts your actual ice fast. Block ice outlasts cubed ice because less surface area per unit of volume means slower melting. The University of Minnesota Extension recommends packing perishables directly from the refrigerator into the cooler, with raw items sealed and placed low, ready-to-eat items positioned high. For trips longer than 2 days, aim for a 2-to-1 ice-to-food ratio. Plan your cooler access around rest stop intervals. Every 2 to 3 hours is a reasonable cadence for both a food safety check and a driving break. The NHTSA data on drowsy driving and the food safety data on temperature windows are pointing at the same rest stop for the same reason. Bridget Long, Senior Vice President of North American Operations for Enterprise Mobility, described the appeal of road trips this way. Freedom and flexibility are key, and why many are turning to road trips this summer. Freedom is one word for it. The other word is control over your route, your schedule, and what you put in your body at mile zero. My friend from the Flagstaff drive-thru texted me a photo last month. Mason jar, rolled oats, chia seeds, blueberries. He didn't say anything about it. He didn't need to. The jar was in a cup holder.